You know Batman. You know Spider-Man. You know Superman. But what about the heroes nobody cared about? The ones hidden in the back pages of comics, laughed at, or completely ignored? Well, when the screen gave them a chance, they didn't just show up. They stole the spotlight. From forgotten names to fan favorites, these are the superheroes who went from zero to icon the moment the world finally saw them. You're watching Scene Crafted, where every frame tells a story. This is 10 superheroes nobody really knew until they hit the screen. Grab your seat, take a breath, and prepare. Because these are the turning points where superheroes rewrote their own destinies. Let's begin.
So who the hell are you?
I'm Ant-Man.
Ant-Man? What, you haven't heard of me? No, you wouldn't have heard of me.
Coming in at number 10 is a hero whose name made people laugh before they ever took him seriously. Ant-Man. When Marvel announced a shrinking superhero who talks to ants, most audiences thought it was a joke. But then Paul Rudd brought Scott Lang's wit, charm, and relatability to life. Suddenly, Ant-Man wasn't just comic relief. He was a key player in the Avengers' biggest battles, even helping undo the snap. From tiny heists to giant moments, Ant-Man proved size doesn't measure heroism. At number 9 is Marvel's most mysterious vigilante, Moon Knight. Before his Disney Plus series, only comic fans knew Mark Spector, the mercenary blessed or cursed by the Egyptian god Khonshu. What we got was a fractured hero battling dissociative identity disorder while fighting crime in the shadows. Oscar Isaac's layered performance made Moon Knight not just a cape-wearing warrior, but a deeply human character torn between identities. You went from niche to unforgettable in a single season.
You break the rules and become a hero. I do it and I become the enemy. That doesn't seem fair.
Sliding into number 8 is a character who once stood in the background, Scarlet Witch. Wanda Maximoff started as just another side hero in Avengers: Age of Ultron. But over time, we discovered her grief, her power, and her complexity, peaking in WandaVision and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Elizabeth Olsen transformed Wanda into one of Marvel's most compelling, tragic, and terrifying figures. From underrated Avenger to multiversal powerhouse, Scarlet Witch became unforgettable.
I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
At number 7, we step into the darker side of superhero storytelling. Homelander from The Boys. He's not your classic comic hero. In fact, he's the nightmare version of Superman. Adored in public, monstrous in private. Before Amazon's adaptation, only comic readers knew him. But now, he's a cultural icon of corruption, ego, and unchecked power. Every smirk, every terrifying glance. Homelander showed us what happens when godlike strength is paired with zero morality.
You trained your son to be a killer. Is this what you wanted?
Taking the 6th spot is Marvel's Shang-Chi. Even hardcore comic fans didn't expect much from the master of Kung Fu. But when Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings hit theaters, everything changed. Simu Liu brought charisma, vulnerability, and fierce martial arts action to the role. The film didn't just showcase stunning choreography. It opened the door to rich mythology and Asian representation in the MCU. Shang-Chi went from an unknown name to a hero. Audiences can't wait to see again.
Wakanda forever!
At number 5 is a hero who leapt from relative obscurity into global legend Black Panther. Before 2016, T'Challa was a respected Marvel character, but not widely recognized. That changed with Captain America Civil War and then Ryan Coogler's groundbreaking solo film. Chadwick Boseman's regal, dignified performance turned Black Panther into more than a superhero. He became a cultural icon, a symbol of power and pride. Wakanda Forever isn't just a line, it's a legacy.
I am the protector of the deep. I am Aquaman.
Surfing into number 4 is DC's most underestimated hero, Aquaman. For years, he was the punchline of superhero jokes. He talks to fish. He's useless on land. But then Jason Momoa swaggered onto the screen with tattoos, tridents, and pure charisma. Suddenly, Aquaman wasn't a laughingstock. He was a box office king. From comic afterthought to billion-dollar powerhouse, Aquaman proved everyone wrong.
Hey, you know what? There's another name you might know me by. Star-Lord.
Who?
Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw.
Blasting into number 3 is a hero very few had even heard of, Star-Lord. Before Guardians of the Galaxy, Peter Quill was a virtually unknown Marvel character. But Chris Pratt's mix of charm, humor, and heart made him a fan favorite overnight. The soundtrack, the dance-offs, the unlikely leadership. Star-Lord turned an obscure comic into one of Marvel's most beloved franchises.
They call you Peacemaker.
I cherish peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
At number 2 is a character whose name once felt too silly, Peacemaker. His flashy helmet and overdone name made him look like a parody when he first appeared in the Suicide Squad. But John Cena's mix of humor, brute strength, and raw heart flipped the script. Then came his HBO Max spinoff, where James Gunn crafted him into a complex anti-hero torn between toxic beliefs and real humanity. From forgotten DC misfit to full-on meme legend, Peacemaker made peace with being unforgettable.
The truth is, I am Iron Man.
And taking the number 1 spot is the hero who started it all, Iron Man. Before 2008, Tony Stark wasn't Marvel's A-lister. In fact, most people didn't know him outside comic shops. But then Robert Downey Jr. suited up, and everything changed. The humor, the swagger, the vulnerability. RDJ turned Iron Man into the face of the MCU, launching a cinematic empire. From obscurity to icon, Iron Man wasn't just a hero on screen. He redefined superhero movies forever. These heroes weren't born legends. They were built on screens big and small. And once the spotlight hit, they became icons no one could ignore. Which forgotten comic book character do you think deserves the next big screen glow-up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the craft, like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. And remember, not all scenes are created. Some are scene crafted.